All right, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Dan here with Dan's Trades. Welcome back to the channel. Long time no see. Been a while, been on some different projects, been out of the country. Lots of stuff going on in life, so I hope you're doing well. I hope this finds you well. As always, none of this is financial advice, purely entertainment and or educational purposes only. If you get something out of it, that's fantastic. Today is Friday, September 12th, 2025, and markets are closed at 6:30 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone. And just looking at it, I took a few trades, or I should say one trade today. In the PM session, I haven't been trading much at all I took a few weeks off. Not the great price action that I want to trade right now, so stepped away from the charts, looking at a few other things in my world. Would still keep track, but I wasn't actively watching price action. Preparing for next week, so I figured I'd come and knock some dust off today and take a trade in the PM of a Friday of CPI. So we're looking at a 15-minute chart on the left, 1 minute, 15-second. I was basically just watching the 15, so I waited for a swing high to form here. So we got a 15-minute swing high condition. And then we have my implied dealing range, and I want to come back for this low because I'm looking for a retracement on the daily and weekly. That's when I talk about the confluence with the TGIF setups. And I'm seeing this as a potential higher term market maker sell model with the buy side of the curve and coming back to the sell side, and how we see it in the lower time frame minutes as well. So once this candle closed, we had a confirmed swing high. We opened up a little bit, traded up, retraced into this because we have a change in state of delivery here now. So I'm looking for a short, and I entered 3 short here. And I was just playing off of the 50-minute again, so I wasn't actually looking for the super ultra precision. But we see it here where I was right around 25% of that implied dealing range from the smart money reversal up here. We got 159. So we do have relative equal highs. That's why I was definitely, I'm only trading 3 micros, very low risk, very low leverage. So that was my invalidation point on a 1 minute chart, but I'm trading the 15 minutes, so it is low resistance, so that is the probability, it is what it is. But everything else is stacked in my favor. Confluence is most recent price delivery, so I'm only trading a very short time frame. Using the 15-minute as my base. The hourly hadn't made a bearish bar yet, so it was going against an hourly order flow, but I'm using the 15-minute and scalping down in the 15-second. So here's where we entered from a 1 minute chart perspective. In the fair value was the target. Executed a little bit lower since there were market orders. So but I was looking for, multiple sources. This is pure accumulation. Very close to, there's hardly any wick at the very bottom. So that's why I also targeted that 103. And we see that was the final terminus for this trade. Took partials along the way. So first partial was at the low hanging fruit of the initial implied dealing range, which was the PM low at that time. I'll jump over on a trading view chart where I have the indicators loaded up, that FX for living mocked up, just showing ICT Concepts. So there's what it looks like. There's the entry, first exit, second exit, upon taking out this low. 112 was what we were targeting on the lower time frame. That's where the second partial came off. First partial, second partial. Closed it out even before. Let's jump over to toss and how it looks there. Close that. So we have this backed up. I got it in replay because this is about what I was looking at when I entered. We see this is 1525. And the first entry was 1528. So this candle is just printed on the replay over here. So again, here's the target. Was that range? Then there's negative 0.5 standard deviation, which is also lining up with the swing low. And also the New York or the open on the New York. So if I can also layer in confluence with the 30-minute opening range indicator, we also see lunch macro, PM session low right here, lining up with half standard deviation. So lots of confluence is coming in play here. We'll play it out. So there's the entry, first exits, let it play. There we go. First exit's right here. Right there is the first exit. Then we also got the first presentation fair value gap. That was the other confluence to the second exit. And that was my terminus. Then it did the reversal. Funny where it did the reversal right on the bottom of lunch macro PM session. Can't make that up. Then market on close. I was done. I wasn't trading anymore. I was happy with this move. Again, it was the second stage distribution from this market maker model. And it had a little continuation, then retraced up, market on close, and then it just kind of consolidates. And we can exit that. So retaking and making that new, the original PM session low, took it out. That was the end of the trade as we see it here. That was my terminus, and I was fine with that. Well, yeah, it went down another 10 more points, but that's perfectly fine. I'll take a little bit. 20 points. Knocking the dust off on a Friday. Works for me. Let's see what else is cooking. He's got a new update on the FX4M indicator. I think he fixed a couple bugs. Let's go over back to the 15. I got a 15-minute chart here. Is it plotting still? There we go. We got that on the daily, I believe. Is it going to let me see it? There we go. Oh, FX4, I don't want that one. Similar but different. So the move was taking these highs, which happened overnight. Taking out previous day high, relative equal highs right there. So that's why I fitted with my TGIF setup, retracement at the end of the day. I wasn't in front of the charts at all for any of this. But I like being able to sit down, read it, apply it for my time frame, and get out with some profits. I'll take that. Alright, we'll leave you with a look at most recent FX4M new. So here's the short trade I took was in there. Here's the retracement to make the daily candle. That was my scalp. Because we had already taken out the longs, that's why I wasn't going long anymore. Daily high was booked. I was looking at part of the retracement from off the daily candle. Was the higher time frame setup. Confluence with the TGIF from a daily perspective. Open, low, high, close. Thank you. All right. Appreciate anyone. Lots of things in my brain, but only so much we're not going to talk about. We're going to keep it under the lid. So if you're not watching ICT come Monday, I would highly suggest it. I'm not saying, I already have enough, but I'm curious what he's going to spill. So Monday's going to be interesting. Have a great weekend, anyone that's still watching. Appreciate you, and God bless. Oh, don't forget, tomorrow is promised for none of us. Live for today, brothers and sisters. Be safe.